Hey, Judy. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Everyone.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
For God's sakes.
Can you hear us?
Should we hold
Probably
up a
not.
note? We can hear you.
Our audio.
Judy,
is
nod
working.
your head if you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I can't hear anybody. I'll work on it.
Can you actually see us do that thing?
Oh,
Oh, that. All right. Far enough over.
Yeah.
What did you do? Still can't hear us?
Well, it's not 7 o'clock yet, but are we expecting anyone else? I don't
No.
think so, right?
might help if I put the earbuds in.
What'd you say?
He has to put his earbuds in. Can you hear us?
I'm good now.
Okay.
You can hear us. Good.
What I should ask is, who was it? Tyra that gives the, or Marla that gives the financial
Yep.
printout? Yeah, you got the financial.
I got that from Orla today. And I can pass that down to you.
Are you gonna be on note keeper tonight also?
That's, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wearing a few different hats, but
Wow.
Yeah, I guess you are. Oh, I get the whole thing. Don't usually get all this.
I wasn't sure what you wanted, but if there's one specific sheet that you'd like every month, I can,
It's usually just the end page, I guess, because I just let people know how much is left. Okay, I'll officially call Conservation Commission meeting to order. We'll have the approval of the minutes of August 16th. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Good,
I'll second.
you can hear us.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 So move. Financial matters, Carol, did you figure out what? Well, it's saying, year to date, we spent $2,846.16, but we've got $17,156 left.
I believe Audrey still hasn't completed a timesheet for last round of minutes. And so there would be one payout.
Okay, motion to approve the financial report?
Motion. Second.
So moved.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. So carried. Correspondence.
Okay, I don't have all the newsletters and catalogs and everything with me. I sent minutes out to the commission by email. All right. Besides the minutes, I sent members the link to the Plan of Conservation and Development subdivision regulations that have been worked on, the Planning and Zoning Commission. They're still in draft form, and there's a lot of side notations, but this is stuff that Carolyn was working on previously and provided comments on last year that are finally incorporated into the document. And it's still ongoing, but I think that subcommittee has moved past that set of regulations, and the regulations are eventually due to be voted on and hopefully adopted.
I think you have to talk a little louder so he can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me, Bernie?
Oh, yeah, just fine.
Oh,
Good.
Okay. One
Sorry,
project.
I was moving to another room, so I wasn't going to disturb Mary.
No worries.
will we have a discussion of this later in the agenda?
I don't have any further on it, but I can take some notes and bring it back to Tira, or
You know
whoever.
what, I didn't understand what you sent to us, what you had some things highlighted.
Yeah, they're,
Is that what they want to change?
they have, I don't know if you use Word in the sidebar, it shows the edits. They have a document that has the edits. And then also in that email chain was the attachment for the document that incorporates the edits. So they have one that shows the comments and then the document that's been cleaned up from incorporation of the comments. So it's a behemoth of a document, and it's tough to figure out where their conversation is going. But it's on the backbone of Carolyn's presentations and time working with that subcommittee last year, to the best of my knowledge.
Did you have a chance to look at that, Judy? We've got to learn something more about edits.
Yeah, and there's a lot of comments that are almost impertinent. People members of the subcommittee chiming in about their like or dislike of a particular line or phrase. So I don't think it's the final version. I think there's still going to be room for to incorporate
What
good
seems
ideas.
to be the discussion or the problem of who's initiating the changes and why?
My take is that this is the work of town planner to update our plan of conservation and development, which I believe is required to be updated every 10 years. I'm not sure on what the last update was, but I believe it is about due.
Well, it was just updated, so I don't know.
That was the zoning regulation. But I'm still not well versed in what every commission is doing yet. It could be also that they did recently update these regulations. There was an area that I'm still unfamiliar with that I'm seeking some time with Tara to explain to me further about the subdivision. With me.
Yeah, I think
Cul-de-sac?
they were updating the subdivision regs. They just did planning and zoning regs. They were gonna do that.
Conservation subdivision, which is a
Okay.
term I'd never really heard put that way. So I want to understand what exactly is a conservation subdivision? Because it seems like, is that kind of dressing up development?
Well,
Or
it's
is
a
there
different-
is there something good?
Yeah, it's a different way of developing, so you're not using as much land.
Was it like adding?
Well,
they have to
things
do that,
like,
so they
yeah,
have to
setting
take
aside
care
more
of the
green
runoff?
space, maybe using smaller lots, narrower roads, shorter driveways, reducing the front
Yeah.
setback. So you're not creating, big 2-acre lots. You're impacting less land.
My big read of this is you don't get what you don't ask for. And I think maybe regulation like this provides a framework for developers to say, okay, they got some rules drawn up around this. I can work with this game plan document, and what does the town want? There's opportunities probably for trail contiguity, or adjacent to protected land. I mean, it could get more stuff protected, but at the expense of a development. So I'm trying to wrap my head around all the implications.
Yeah, I'm interested in what they're trying to do and why.
Oh, it sounds kind of like cluster housing, where you would say have 20 acres and so normally you could put in maybe 8, 10 lots. But you do a cul-de-sac, all the houses are pressed up to the cul-de-sac with with a half acre each, and the rest of the land is conservation land.
So, no, I'll, ask those questions of the town
I
planner.
thought we had a, isn't there a certain amount of land you have to have for a building?
Yes,
Well, and
It's
that's,
not acreage, right? It's not 2 acres?
well,
no, on certain parts used to
40,000 for R40.
Well, all
20,000.
all that's changed with the new zoning regulations.
Right. but
I
it-
think it's most of the town is 40,000 now.
The idea is that if you allow conservation subdivisions, you would specify. If you are coming in specifically to design a conservation subdivision, then you are allowed to have a smaller lot. For instance. I'll have to go back and look at that email.
Okay, so you'll keep us updated on that?
I'll ask, Kira, those questions, just to get an idea where the is coming from, and what's the goal of it. And
Yeah, I thought the 2020 Plan of Conservation Development was done. Hadn't that been approved? I thought that had been accepted.
I thought it was done.
That's what I thought too. So I'm wondering if this is just the subdivision
Subdivision
regs that we're
reg.
talking about, yeah.
Yeah, because they're working on the subdivision regs now, I believe.
So this has to do just.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Thank you.
The next item I sent you guys via email was a copy of the memorandum of understanding. One project the planner has had me jump into was drafting of this memorandum of understanding for the project adjacent to the airline trail. This is the turntable.
Yeah.
And the town's been in communication with the Butlers, the Trails Committee and the Historical Society have acquired some large stone, which makes the support of this historical train turntable. And we are trying to get into an agreement with the Butlers to place those stones and eventually get an easement or have that area transferred to the state to create this turntable park alongside the airline trail.
Yeah.
Butlers are the butters?
Yes,
Okay.
it's Morning Beckons Farm.
Oh, okay.
And there's quite a bit of land over there. It's also
There is.
next to Rod and Gun Club land.
Okay.
And it's probably a couple minute walk south on the airline trail from the parking area.
Okay.
And so this memorandum has been drafted. It's gone through a couple drafts. And it's kind of based on similar types of language used elsewhere for similar kind of parties and projects. And I believe it's been presented to the Butlers. I know it went through the town attorney and there's a few meetings with Mr. Rice and Mr. Martino.
Joy Martino.
Yeah. And the stones have been acquired, is my understanding, and this memorandum is to work on an agreement with the Butlers to put the stones down and do any kind of preliminary removal of brush that might hinder project. But town planner is seeking a grant mostly for this project, and I believe her grant application deadline is November 1st. So we'll probably have more updates on how that project is moving along next week. I know we do have another meeting of that put this together next week.
Do you feel that we need a motion to approve this memorandum of?
Well, I think it's the wheels are rolling outside of us, and
So I assume it would be Amy, the town that would do it,
Yeah.
not us.
Amy is the signator for the town in this project, and this is the name on the agreement.
Mhm.
So,
So this is
I mean, you
mainly
could,
for our information?
Would be the ones that would be
So this is
approving.
mainly for our information.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if you want to endorse the idea, or I'm sure it helps the conversation.
Um, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great project. um, Since it's our history.
I think our only involvement in this would be to say, good job, go for it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Good.
Thank you. And then, unfortunate news, Audrey had to submit a resignation. I believe she changed jobs, and night meetings don't work with her new schedule.
Mhm.
So I have a copy of her resignation, and I believe we still owe her for one meeting minutes. She hasn't submitted a timesheet, so I found that out today from Orla, and I'll reach out to her.
I sent her an email thanking her for everything she's done and telling her how much we're gonna miss her. I think it might be nice if others haven't done that yet to do the same.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
Yeah, there was a good continuity there in
Yeah.
that position. I've been going through the emails since Microsoft Office was installed on that computer. So I've got up until 2013, thereabouts.
Mhm.
And Audrey goes all the way back with it.
Okay, moving on, incoming mail.
So we had a lot of catalogs, a couple of catalogs from ARC News and ARC User, the summer newsletters. There was a Uline product catalog, very thick office supply catalog. West Green Valley October guide came our way in the mail. Esri News Winter 2021 newsletter, that's also an ARC GIS related newsletter. And 2 editions of the Connecticut Wildlife Magazine, the May, June, and July, August. I have those up in the office, in addition to past ones going back many years, if anybody's interested in.
I think they used to make copies of those, because they used to pass those out, right? Those are the ones they passed out. Well, if
There's
there's
a-
2 in the office, you could probably bring one down to the next meeting.
Yep. There's a Habitat newsletter.
So we get that.
Yeah. Do you each get that, or would you like me to make
I don't
copies
get
for
that.
those? Because I see Carolyn was making copies.
We used to pick it up here.
Yeah. Wetlands gets one, I think, and conservation gets.
He usually brings it to our meeting.
Okay.
Used to make copies
The
and pass them
Habitat.
out. Yes, the
Yeah.
Habitat. I don't either. I used to pick it up here when she made copies. You're right.
Yeah.
We picked it
Yeah,
up
that's-
here,
I
but I
can
knew
do
I
that.
got it.
And we have quite a collection of those too. It's a good library. There's a lot, every article has, resourceful reference.
Mhm. Well, just the latest one when you get it.
Okay. And perhaps it's digitized too, and I could also send that around if people would rather read it from the screen. No? Okay. I hear you. Nope. We didn't send out any mail.
Okay.
We had emails with invitations to a Yukon Native Plants and Pollinators Conference.
Mhm.
And have them
Dan,
printed up.
Dan, those sort of events, the Conservation Commission has always paid for anyone on the commission or the advisory officer, which would be you,
Okay.
to go to those types of conferences that we felt were beneficial to the overall, welfare of the commission and the town. So just have that in the back of your mind.
Sure, and I think we do probably have money in a line that we could send members if anybody had interest. I think the Pollinators Conference is digital. Probably via a Zoom or a similar platform. We also received another invitation for the Connecticut Land Conservation and Land Trust Alliance Risk Management Initiative. And I believe this Connecticut Land Conservation Council, what is a land trust? It's like a free webinar.
Mhm.
I did get an inquiry from a realtor and for one of our clients regarding a PA 490 forest designation. And I learned quite a bit of new things with that one. Her question was, her client was told that when he sells, he doesn't have to do anything in regard to the PA 490 status. And the short answer was, when it changes ownership, the new owner has to apply.
What are we talking about here? I don't understand this.
My understanding of PA 490 forest designation is that it's kind of like a tax. You're saying this area is not used for development. It's a way to get lower taxes on forested land.
Well, that's our we have open space taxing here in town. Does anyone know what it's called?
Public Act 490.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's what it's called? I just never heard that term.
Yeah, it kind of threw me when she asked me about PA 490. Let me look that up first.
And it doesn't run with the land.
No.
Yeah, a new owner has to apply for it.
So
It's for 10 years when you commit to
Yeah,
it. You commit to not develop the land for 10 years, I believe. And if you do develop the land, not only do you owe the back taxes, but there's pretty healthy fines as well, I believe, fees, fines.
There are,
Yeah.
you're right.
okay, so there hasn't been a report. They've kind of had me on projects that I come in and then there's an assignment. Further in the agenda, you might see that I was also appointed the temporary wetlands agent. And some of those hours have been with the wetlands agent trying to get familiar with the ongoing violations in progress. And I've been sending mail under that hat while Marla's out of the office.
But you're schooled in that hat.
Yes, in Windsor Locks, I was agent to the commission for 5 years. And yeah,
That's
then
gonna
they got me.
So you're appointed for 3 or 4 weeks or something, or?
The appointment was vaguely worded as temporary. She's out of the office right now for vacation. She returns for a couple days in October, and then she goes out for surgery. But I've been kind of getting acquainted with the office in the little pockets of time, going through the past emails to see what was the important stuff going on to follow. And Carolyn left a lot of good resources. She left the office in good shape. There's no shortage of information, but there's a lot of information.
Yes.
So one of those things that I've really dived into, because there was a lot of data points for me to work with, is the next item of business in the Bluebird houses.
Okay, yes, we'll go on the old business.
Yes.
So, do you anything else to report on your conservation officer's report?
Tira's put me in contact with Jim Larkin of NECOG to get a little more familiar with our maps and how to do in-house edits to them. And it's just gonna be kind of a matter of time playing in ArcGIS to kind of get comfortable and confident with it. But she has a good collection of maps. Most of them are updated for our purposes. There's a zoning map that Tira would like me to alter when I believe the zone change goes through, but I don't believe that zone change has gone through regarding property off of Riverside Drive, kind of at the top of the hill behind Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yes,
They're talking about changing that property from a residential to the RDRD zone, the mill redevelopment zone. And it's a very big parcel that could potentially change in color on the map.
that where the gravel pit is?
Yeah,
How big is the gravel pit, you know?
I want to say over 100 acres, but
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh,
You know, that the zoning. Guy was
and it,
supposedly gonna build
the-
some buildings there.
and behind that big lot, there are a lot of
Railroad track there, too.
undeveloped other lots too.
Mhm.
But back to the Bluebird project.
yeah,
We had emails going back almost 8 years.
Mhm.
People inquiring about the Bluebird project, requesting, leaving their email, their name, their phone number, their address, and sending us an updated picture with the Bluebird project, Bluebird house installed. And it appears after like 2019, this is slowed a bit. In 2019, most of the Bluebird houses went to volunteer members of town commissions
Right.
and such. But I believe maybe it's time there's a couple things. We never got a lot of pictures back of the installations from the town volunteers, and I think that's easy enough to follow up with them. You know, please send us a picture for completeness. But also, I think Bernie, you said you had maybe
More.
20 left.
Yeah, probably somewhere in that range.
And the season that we were getting the most of these inquiries were February and March. And sometimes it was after advertisement. So I think maybe we could try for another advertisement and push to get these out at the end of winter for
Yep.
2022. Would you think that another batch would be in order, Bernie?
But, well, I don't have any more room to store them at the moment, so
Yeah.
until these are out of here, I'm not inclined to make more.
Okay. So perhaps I could follow up with the commissioners and volunteers that got them in 2019, ask them how their bird habitat is going. Please send us a picture, and are you interested in having another box on the property? And then we could at least move some inventory. I think,
First come, first serve, what do you say, 20?
Yeah, good point.
First come,
Uh,
first,
I think the note should include, that you send out to these folks should include that, a reminder that Bluebird boxes work best in pairs about 15, 20 feet apart.
good one.
Which is why we're suggesting the second one.
Yep. So regarding that,
well, when's the next newsletter coming out?
There is a winter one? Are they winter, summer, or fall, spring?
not really sure on the selectmen
Yes,
update.
please update.
I think they might be seasonal. This is, so I put the inquiries for these boxes into a quick
Everybody.
spreadsheet. And those can go around. They're front and back. And I captured at least 80 separate identities that had interest in or had received these. So I
Wow.
think there's a lot of potential to follow up and get a lot more out.
Mhm.
And all the correspondence about these has been positive. People are so happy. They've got, they put the box out and all of a sudden they have a pair, you know? And I think it's an achievable kind of thing to get the surplus out and drum up some more interest in it for the next year.
Good.
But we do have a lot of follow-up images, but we don't have any from 2019. So that was a big observation when I put all this together. We really didn't get the installation verification from a lot of people that year.
Maybe it was a bad year for bluebirds.
I mean, there was, as you can see, in 2019, there was more interest than previous. And during that month of March, she would get a lot of emails regarding and phone messages.
That's because we put the advertisement out on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's when we decided to make them available to town commission members, volunteers, et cetera, first. And I think that push is why there were so many more requests that year.
Mhm.
Because it wasn't just a general advertisement to everybody, it was directed probably through their commission or agency email contacting. So they were more likely to look at it and read it, and the word got out more solidly.
Could you put that offer on the agenda of the commission? Or have the person in charge of the commission mention it?
Do that. Yeah. They could just bring it
No,
up
like
at meetings.
they're,
Yeah, right.
I'd say to ask Amy to take care of it, but she's kind of got a full plate right now.
Oh,
Yes.
I think there's probably still some way to get the word of mouth going with the commissions on this.
Well, like Tara could speak to hers and.
Yep.
Each
Yeah,
one-
Tier is a good pivot point for this, I think.
Okay, I guess, is there any update on the Fabian property?
I'm not acquainted yet with
Okay.
that project.
That's all right, that's Phil's
Phil's
baby.
job.
so, yeah.
Phil Thomas's project. He keeps saying he's gonna take care of it each month, but,
Can you give me the basics of it?
well, there's an honor roll marker in Main Street.
Yeah.
Fabian. It's on someone else's property. And
That's sold to a new owner, I think.
that's sold to a new owner, and they want to make sure it's gonna be preserved or some agreement made, from what I understand, that hasn't been made. Your best bet would be to talk to Phil Thomas on this.
Okay.
I think a couple of his brothers are listed on it or something,
Okay.
or uncles or
Was
something.
that the post office, right, at one time?
It was, yes, it was by the post office at one time,
And it's now on private property.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been maintaining it anyway,
It's been maintained yet,
the person there, yeah.
so it probably just needs to be an agreement.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll check with Phil on that.
Okay, good.
You'd stop by just for an update on that cemeteries grant, and we figured that it ran through December of 2022.
Mhm.
So we've got a long ways before we have to get the next grant application in order.
Well, this, we should be finished with this cemetery. Hopefully this year.
Wilsonville?
So if another one comes up, but we've probably gone by the application.
Did they award half of the grant for 1 year, half of the grant for the other year?
No,
Okay. All right, I'll keep, I'll dig around, see if there's any more cemetery
with
type of
them.
grants.
check with OPM, wasn't it?
Yep.
See if they have, it's a certain month that they put it out. Like August or September or something. Just see if they will be having another one. I think if they take it from a certain fund that they have.
Okay.
So if we can get another one, because I have another cemetery, I'd like to have some monies to replace some stones.
I'll dig for more money, and
So see-
if I find something that I think we should, timely, I'll pass that to the commission, and we could jump on it.
Sounds good.
No new business received.
Okay.
I still am looking for, if anybody's got a particular project that they could use a hand on, let me know. I'm here to,
Cemeteries?
Yeah.
How about, conservation easement reviews? That's something that,
How about what?
conservation easement reviews. I don't know when the last time those were done. So we're supposed to.
that's like the questionnaire she sent out?
No, it's actually going out and looking at, the lands that the town holds conservation easements on to make sure the property owners are maintaining the terms of the easement, so.
Oh, you mean to see if they're being taken care of? The review of them.
The signs are still up, the markers
We have
are
to-
still up, people aren't clear cutting past the markers. Things like that, yeah.
I think step one with that would be to go through the records and see how
Right.
Carolyn was handling it, you know, which ones she looked at within the last year or two to bring Dan up to date.
Right. Yeah, and just familiarize yourself with where they are.
Yep.
What we're holding and where they are.
Yep.
But, you know, with fall coming on, I hate to say it, leaf down is a great time to do it, you know, because you can get out there and you can see, you can find property bounds.
Yep.
and things like that.
Carol, did you have any?
Okay, any other projects that interest, questions on new business?
At the wetlands meeting, the commission, that commission had received an application from the town for the installation of some sculpture, a series of sculptures along Riverside Park. And the commission turned it down right now. I think they had proposed 8 sculptures in general made from recycled nips. I think they used the nips as an aggregate in these sculptures. The commission was interested in seeing one potentially as a prototype after more drawings and detail was presented. There was just some nice but two-dimensional sketches. And there wasn't enough information. The commission was looking for like mechanics, hydrology, how these things they're in the floodplain, are proposed to be in the floodplain, and what could possibly go wrong with it.
Oh, I can think of about a million things.
Me too.
So, an application with more detail is forthcoming, probably just prototype one of these fish sculptures before, but the intention is that there's a series of them.
They actually did a crowdfunding, Tira did a crowdfunding thing for this and raised a bunch of money. I'm a bit baffled by the whole thing, quite frankly.
I didn't hear that.
Tira did a crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, Tara did a crowdfunding effort for this and kind of pulling the cart before the horse, or probably what Bernie is getting at. It's kind of it's the ways off before you can really install anything like this. You need designs, you need approvals. you need to
Yeah,
get
but
it-
wasn't there matching funds? And that's what she was after?
I
Right,
believe so.
Did she get what she wanted?
Yes,
Really?
from what I understand anyway,
Okay.
but I'm
Like it-
still a bit baffled.
Mhm. We'd be interested in the updates of that also then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we picked a few of
Oh,
them.
Oh, they're never ending.
I know.
Crazy.
Okay, no citizens here, so I guess we go to members forum. Any members?
I have something that I would like to share. So I met with, in my official capacity, with the Conservation District, I met with, the Board of Directors of the Stewards of the French River last week.
Of the what of the French?
The Stewards of the French River. So that's the Knights of Columbus became Club 2087, was that what they were called?
Yeah, and then
Something like that, yeah.
Again?
Which was, so, yeah, so they separated from Knights of Columbus. And they formed a new, it wasn't a 501c3, but it was a nonprofit designation. And that's what they used to run the club up there and do the dinners and stuff. And then when they sold the building, they kind of reorganized again, and they've decided that what they would like to do is really start to focus on the French River and water quality and watershed management. They have, I had sent them a link to the French River Watershed Plan last year sometime. And so they had looked through that, and they have reorganized again. So now they are in the or I guess maybe they are a 501c3, or they're in the process of becoming a 501c3. But they do want to start doing real stewardship of the French River watershed. And so
All the way through Thompson,
just in Thompson, yes.
but all of Thompson, all the way through Thompson.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of went through the watershed plan with them and the water quality investigation that we did. And then, so they're interested maybe in doing water quality sampling. So I will connect them with the Last Green Valley and their volunteer water quality monitoring program. And they are also interested in what kind of projects they can take on. So within the watershed plan, there's a lot of different projects ranging in scale and size and intensity. And there are a number of activities or recommendations that would be suitable for kind of a startup group like that, sort of, smaller scale things like promoting rain gardens, doing a rain barrel sale or giveaway or something like that. So they were very, very excited about that. So I told them that I would continue to support them and help them out and, you know, help them as they're going through this process of becoming a 501c3. And kind of sorting out what it is that they want to do. You know.
Isn't there already a water sampling station at Main Street? At the bridge, somewhere around there? Am I remembering? This goes back some years.
Yeah, there is. Well, I mean, I did water sampling on the French River years ago. And then we set up new stations for the water quality investigation that we did. So they could duplicate any number of those. And we also, when we did the water quality investigation, we also did all of the perennial tributaries.
Did what?
Sampled on the perennial tributaries. So they could do those if they wanted to. I guess it just depends on how many volunteers and how big they want to get.
So there's no current sampling going on? That station that I'm thinking of is defunct?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
Well, I mean, that's not to say USGS has that stream gauge in the park, and they're actively collecting data there. So, so that's a good source to look at. But
Okay.
that's, you know, that's just one location. It's not all the tributaries and whatnot.
Right,
So,
right.
in fact, I didn't even think of that. I'll have to mention that to them and give them the link.
Can they be,
But anyway, I just wanted to share that with everybody, and I didn't know. You know, if there's any way that this commission can support them, or, you know.
what is the agreement
Just explore.
when Larry was first selectman? There was some agreement, some deal he made, and it went to town meeting. What is their use of that property? They have, is by the dam. How, do they go right to the water? Do they own it or lease it or?
Well, they don't own that building anymore. They sold it.
Yeah, meant the land
But I
by
thought
the
that
river.
Town owned the
I
land.
thought the town did, but Larry made some sort of an agreement, if I remember.
That they could use it. I remember they set up volleyball nets or something in the back there. So maybe that's what it was, that they were allowed to use that area.
Probably as part of the path. The project that created the path along the lake, so to speak.
The path came, that came with the first deal when they made the park.
Yeah.
No,
But I think it was just kind of that flat field on the backside of the parking lot, Bernie.
Okay,
Just permission. I'm not even sure where the property line is in there. I kind of think that the town owns at least part of the parking lot as well.
I think
But
there
they
was,
must have some agreement so that they
I
could.
think there
they
was a
could.
lease agreement or something, because there were a couple of people spoke to me about it that were upset, but I didn't get involved and don't know the details.
I don't either.
What about the, Dan, who's gonna be responsible for the MS4 now? Well, Marla is sort of, but she said she doesn't want,
We haven't really hashed that. Marla and I were gonna work together, but we don't know when that's really gonna occur.
the Thompson has paid a big fine on that in the past, so we've gotta make sure we do what we're supposed to be doing, so we won't get another fine.
I'll reach out to the Public Works Director, see what has been started.
We're in pretty good shape. The
Well-
district did a lot of the outfall sampling, the wet weather sampling, that sort of stuff. As far as just, I don't think anyone's done any, okay, so this is an interesting thing. Nobody has, there's supposed to be an annual sampling. Once you've sampled all your outfalls, you're supposed to identify 5 worst, the 6 worst, the 5 worst, I forget how many, and sample them annually. But the caveat to that is it's outfalls that directly discharge to impaired waters. We do not have any outfalls that directly discharge to impaired waters in Thompson. We have impaired waters,
Yeah.
but none of them have storm drains that discharge directly into them. So,
But we have storm drains that come off that are going into the river.
but the river is not impaired.
The river's not what?
The river is not impaired, so those don't have to be sampled.
Oh.
It's only impaired waters, and that's the Quinnebug River, West Thompson Lake, and,
Not the French?
what's the name, Bernie? Do you remember the name of that stream that comes down from the soccer field and goes into Putnam? And then it goes into the little river?
No.
It's that little stream that you cross when you're on West Thompson Road, the one that the town just, Wheaton, thank you, Wheaton Brook. And Quinnetisset Brook. But there are no direct outfalls to any of those water bodies. So, and I don't think anybody's contacted Deep yet to find out what to do about that.
I think,
Whether we're just charmed and we don't have to do it.
I think Marla can give you,
But Marla. Yeah,
Marla can give you all the information for that, because she was eating and sleeping it for a while.
Yeah, we've talked about passing some of it to me, but that
Mhm.
just hasn't really been able to get crammed into the work.
No, why I mentioned it, if someone's looking for something to do, if MS4 could fit into, but you said it wouldn't fit into the French River? Well, yes, it would.
Hmm. If the French River is not an impaired,
it's not impaired. So it's not-
Judy, is the French River not classified impaired because all the heavy metals has settled into the bottom and they're now covered by sediment, layers of sediment? Could that be why?
I don't know that the French River was ever impaired for metals. I don't know that it's ever been tested. When Connecticut DOT replaced the bridge over Route 12, they sampled the sediments in the canal. And there were heavy metals in the canal. But that was the assessment, that they were so deeply buried that they were stable as long as nobody goes in there and disturbs. it.
Gotcha. That's what I was kind of remembering. Yeah.
But I don't know that anyone's ever sampled the river. And the river was impaired for bacteria at one point, but when we did our bacteria sampling for the French River Watershed Project, it came back.
We did, I'm pretty sure we did some sampling by the old Belding Mill at Blaine Road when on the MISRAC committee, the mill site restaurant.
Sediment sampling?
I believe that was part of that environmental study.
It would have been, yes.
And
you're right.
I think it didn't come, Norma, am I remembering right? I think it didn't come back as bad as expected.
I remember hearing something like that. It was probably from one of you two.
Okay.
well, I think it should be a goal to achieve compliance with the MS4. I think it doesn't look good to pay a fine and to kind of to not
Yeah.
have it is contradictory to what we're trying to do.
The town is in compliance right now.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Any other? How many people are a part of the stewards of the French River?
I'm not sure. There were, I thought what did they say? There were 5 people at the meeting and there were more members, but it was just the board of directors that was meeting and not everyone was there. So I'm not quite sure how many were in the group. And they did say that they do have a membership. They didn't say how many people were members.
That's good. Okay, any other comments from the members forum? Any questions? Okay, moving on, announcements?
Mentioned earlier, Audrey had to submit a
Mhm.
resignation.
Now, will
Yeah.
they be filling that, or what's gonna be the status?
Well, I hope so. Because, yeah, I'm the conservation agent and the wetlands recording secretary, which is a separate few hours outside of this budget. But I'm also the temporary wetlands agent and now the acting secretary of I'm just trying to like keep it straight.
Can you say baptism by fire?
Yeah. You know, this is the work I want to do. So,
Jumping in with Oak
I,
Street.
coming from code enforcement zoning, this is the work I want to do. It's got a lasting impact. That zoning stuff is transient and temporary and volatile. But this is a cause that a lot of people can get behind, and it's looking out for the future rather than dealing with tall grass or unregistered vehicle today. I think some of the things that from where I'm coming from are more petty, and this is more of a important matter. But not to say that zoning isn't important, but it's something new and crazy every day with it.
Mhm.
But I will be filling in for Marla on her, she's on a vacation right now at the Cape. And when she comes back, she's gonna be in the office for a few days before going out on surgery.
And I spoke to Marla, she said she would be available in case he had
Yes.
questions and whatever, so that was good, I thought. Okay, Commission for Enforcement Matters only during the absence of Marla.
One matter, we took on, as soon as they made the appointment, very next morning, we got our first complaints that were fielded to me. And I did have to send certified mail out today regarding a driveway that is being installed in wetlands soil area without driveway permit and without a wetlands permit approval. We didn't treat it as a violation, but more of an inquiry, because I get one of the complainants came into our office hysterical, feeling threatened. So we didn't really want to send the heavy letter right away. We wanted to see if we can get them to call us and get this straightened out, this permit process, whether or not the commission approves what, we at least need you to attempt to write this. And so that letter went out today. We will see where that goes. This is a property off Aquatic Town Farm Road. Behind it's Boy Scout land. And this woman owns a postage stamp sized parcel that's kind of enveloped all around her from this gentleman. He doesn't have any structures on his property. He wants to hunt and shoot guns back there, and she's kind of very unhappy about how the situation's unfolding. But previously, that property was had a friendly agreement to access through a neighboring driveway, and I guess he's not on good terms with the driveway that previous owners of the property had used, and so he's building his own driveway, but without approvals.
Without approval?
Yeah, there's no wetlands no wetlands approval yet. Something like this, I don't know if they got to bring it to the commission to determine if it's a significant impact activity, and then they kick it back to the agent, but we've sent the letter out to have him touch base. It was in Marla's absence, we were instructed to have it go to the first selectman's office, and then the first selectman will delegate what needs to go where. But I was the one that drafted the wetlands letter. So hopefully we get them to come to the table. Like, we can't change anybody's attitudes, but we can hold them to the standard that everybody else is when it comes to wetlands and driveway permits. Nobody's special in that regard. And you'd think by now, people know you gotta pull permits for things. So I think we're reaching out to them and we'll see how it plays out. But there's a little more kid gloves with this kind of letter, just because I didn't want retaliation on her, or there was 2 different neighbors that complained about this issue. And I think the cops had to be involved in one of their confrontations. So it's
It requires tact.
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
it's a tough one, but like everybody's got to pull the permits.
Okay, I think, we can also say at this time that if you have questions for us or want to run something by us, email us and
Okay.
I don't do very well at emailing, but we'll see if we can answer back. Keep us updated on things
Yeah.
if you feel if you have questions or want some backup or.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, if you have any GIS questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a little while.
I just didn't want you to feel all alone.
No, I'm settling into it. It was kind of, it felt like a snowball rolling downhill at first, and then it kind of just getting familiar with the topics thing people bring up, all River Junction Estates, New Road, Star Road, you know, what's going on where, who and what. But fortunately, Carolyn left a good record, and it's just a matter of reading through it.
Who watches out for the aquifers where would that pass through? Who would make sure that our largest aquifer by Little Pond isn't destroyed?
Oh, that's zoning.
That's zoning? But that'll run through conservation to look over it before it goes through, but only if we're asked, or?
I would think only if we're asked, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be asked.
I'll ask here if there's anything that you guys should be included on.
Well,
aquifer
we're
related.
definitely interested in the aquifers.
Little Pond.
Well, any,
Yeah, it's that whole,
I don't
that
know.
whole river system is really deep stratified drift, so yeah. One of our best potential aquifer area, it's not.
No, the reason I mentioned Little Pond, I believe it's the largest aquifer in the area, and it's a very important one. But,
Yeah, water quality in the 5 Mile River is very, very good. The headwaters is in Thompson, so, and that whole area is relatively undeveloped, so, yeah. In fact, I'd love to do a healthy watershed plan for that watershed. Try to keep it healthy.
pardon?
I said I'd like to do a healthy watershed plan for that. To keep it healthy.
Is that through the district or?
That could be through the district, yeah, it would be funded through the.
Three major aquifers in Thompson, if I remember right. French River, Quinnebog, and 5 Mile River are the
Correct.
3 north-south aquifers in town. It's been a few years, but I believe that's correct.
Yeah, you were on the aquifer committee, right, when the regs were written?
Yeah, Carolyn and I and a couple other people did that. Yep. This goes
Yeah.
back 30 years at least.
But the deepest soil is in the 5 Mile.
Yeah, that's how we've broken it out in our in-office dialogue about the aquifers, is that it's those 3.
If you feel there's anything you want to educate us on or any information you want to send, feel free.
Okay.
We've got a couple new people here that are learning about aquifers and land management
Okay.
and whatever, so I think it would be good. So
I'll,
feel free to,
I'll get that.
we're not, we all don't have the background that Judy has. What I'm trying to say. No, I'm not picking on you, Judy.
No, it's huge, it's huge to have that kind of someone with this kind of background on this type of commission.
Mm.
And the versatility of a commission is also important too.
Yes.
And if, I'm hoping that everybody has different angles that they wanna, that they see, you know, lenses that they're looking with, and I'd like to help everybody on any project that you wanna gain traction on.
Mhm.
So, happy to help with that.
Mhm. I think you got a full plate right now, but down the road, we may want more background on something or,
Sure.
but that's down the road.
And,
Okay, anyone else, any comments to make before we, look at our future meeting date? Okay, our future meeting, next meeting is, Monday, October 18th at 7 PM. Can we still have that, set up like tonight, or do we?
I'm pretty firm in my commitment to do this from home. So if you all folks want to do it there, we need to do this. Need to
Okay,
do Zoom.
so I think
Yeah.
it's worked out fine, but
Yeah,
Yeah, Amy has offered to have this going for us. The hitches that were downstairs. But this is where she wanted to keep all the stuff.
mhm,
But I think I've got all four of you on the camera, and the sound seems to have picked up well, and no difficulties. I think this works, and it's
Mhm.
smart considering.
I think we gotta do something about Phil, though, I hate. Phil is
Yeah,
our
'cause
chair.
I know, because Phil's not real adept at technology, and
No, he
and
said he
and
can't.
he
do
can't
Zoom.
come, so it's a tough situation.
We'll put him in a cage, a
glass
a
bubble.
bubble, we'll put him in a bubble. Okay, okay, you got your next meeting date, and, you're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming on, Bernie, and your help.
Thanks, Bernie.
Okay, see you guys.
Have a good one.
Night.
Good night.
Night. What's that?
I'm on vacation.
Oh, you're on vacation? Oh.
Oh, shit, we gotta change the meeting. Or we'll go on vacation with you. Are you going anyplace good?
We're on vacation with you.
Why not?